All right, so that leads into my next question.
Mm-hmm.
Originals versus remakes. Because of the nature of, well, at first because of the nature of like it being difficult to play the older games and sort of get into the series itself, because like after RGG started doing gangbusters, after it was definitely, I don't want to say it was due to Zero, but it was due to Zero. Um, it was definitely due to Zero, and then parts of 5 and 6 that like it kind of exploded and took new life. Um, because there were so many games in the storyline,
Mm-hmm.
because it's a very story-based game,
Yes.
with that follows follows Kiryu and his journey throughout his life and redemption and so on and blah blah blah. It might be more intimidating or difficult for a newer fans to like just jump in right away, especially if they don't have access to like a PS2 or a PS3. So I do understand the reasoning for doing Kiwami. Basically, doing like an HD remake of a game. It's a great idea to, sort of bring a new classic, make it more available and accessible to people. However, sometimes when making I don't know, gets into like the remake issue as a whole, like that's a whole, which is a whole other argument where it's like, do we really need to like remake something so that it's like shiny and new for a new audience, or is like the original experience part of like the game itself? In the case of the Yakuza series, they rewrote a lot of like the character backstories, motivations, and like how they were to fit Yakuza 0, which kind of like it was a success and a great jumping in point, but it also kind of fucked itself because it's a prequel, and we get prequel issues where it's just like, why is this? Why is this? Now it don't make no sense that you change that. Like an example being Yumi being even less of a character than she was in 1, which is wow, that's a lot. Yumi, Yumi being the third friend of the friend group of Kiryu and Nishiki, and then there's Yumi, who they all grew up together in the Sunflower Orphanage. Both of them were in love with her, and Kiryu, before going to the Yakuza, gave her the ring that she always has.
Mm-hmm.
But and that's kind of like set up in the Like a Dragon prologue movie that was bundled along with the first game. And then it's kind of referenced to it in that game too. But in Kiwami, you like have to do like a fetch quest where you purchase the ring as like her birthday present um, in that game, and it's kind of like, well, I don't know how to feel about that. I don't know. Also, Nishiki's motivations, like, kind of like shift away from wanting to, not just be like, like a cool Yakuza guy, but also like raise money so that he can give his little sister a better life. To like, I don't know, like they tried to like they had to make the jump where in Yakuza 0 he was like Kiryu's bestest friend ever, and they were like, oh, but he becomes a dick in 1. How do we do that? We give him an inferiority complex, but we execute it really badly. And it's like, oh, why would you do that? Oh, I don't know. So there's that conundrum there. It's the same thing where like it's like the Silent Hill 2 Bloober remake. It's like, I get it, but comma. What are your thoughts on that? That was a lot.
Like I said before, in an
Oh.
ideal world, the originals would be readily available for everyone to play. However,
Mm.
we don't live in an
Mm.
ideal world.
Mm.
And if I'm seeing like copies of the original PS2 Yakuza going for like $200 on eBay, I'm gonna shift over to Kiwami. As much as
Yeah.
that may rustle some jimmies.
Mm. Yeah, but have you ever like gone back and tried to look at like a playthrough of the OG game just to see like the differences in story or something like that?
I do believe I caught some of Inugami Korone's original PS2 Yakuza streams.
Hmm.
I did see some of that. I did see the differences. And it was with the
Yeah.
original Japanese audio, so it was like, hey, it's like 1-to-1 in terms of audio.
Oh yeah. The English dub has like a very a very a very precious place in my horrible heart because of just how strange it is.
Mm-hmm.
Um like it's tough guy for no reason,
Yep.
but it's kind of funny that we went full circle from the English dub in that game and English dubs for the newer games, and the English dubs are pretty good. But we'll move on to that.
雷バット